This is the fastest and cheapest way to get a funded account, so you will never be more than 8 days away from a payout whenever you want. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what the strategy is, how to execute it, and I'm going to show you a live example. And I'm going to tell you the best times to do it and when you shouldn't do it so that you have a better chance of passing. My only ask is that you use my promo code when you go through Apex to get this eval, which is ESX. The strategy revolves around having two 25K Apex evals. And the reason for that is they have the same profit level as drawdown. And so all we're going to do is go long in one account and short in the other. This is hedging. Hedging is illegal inside of prop firm funded accounts, and if you ever use your own money live, you cannot hedge. However, with prop firms and their evals, this rule is completely void, and we can absolutely hedge to get a funded account. So let me break down the strategy, the do's and don'ts, and how to actually execute this, and then I'm going to show you a live example of me doing it in 7 minutes. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to shrink my face. If you are not new around here, you know I love me some Whimsical. If you're new around here, this is the board that I like to use just to create things, to make it easy for you to see. If you're new around here, you should like the video and subscribe because there'll be more of these coming around. All right, so cheap and fast passing, what are we doing? Two 25K Apex evals. Okay, that's what we're doing. I prefer Tradovate. Do whatever you want to do. Okay, not a big deal to me. Let's keep it going. We are going to go, like I said before, long in one account and short in the other. We're going to be hedging. All right, and this is very important that we do this properly. You want your entries to be at the exact same time or as close as you can get them to be. All right, so I go long and then I flip the account and I go short, and then I work on the rest of the things that I have to do. What you are going to do next, and I'm blow this up just a little bit more, make sure my face is out of the way, all right, is you're going to set two take profits, okay? One take profit for the short, one take profit for the long. Now, it's going to be 19 points. I recommend you do this during market hours or even pre-market. Either one of those works, and we'll talk about when not to execute this exactly, actually. But the reason you want 19 points is you have to pay commissions for the contracts. So you're going to be trading 4 contracts because that's what the Apex eval will allow you to do. So you want to trade as many contracts as possible so you can pass as fast as possible. And you technically need 1,500 divided by 4 divided by 20. Divided by 4 is the amount of contracts, divided by 20 is the amount of dollars you make per point movement, all right? Which gives us to 18.75, which means you just need to round up to 19 points, okay? So at 19 points, if price hits your take profit, you will have made $1,500 with 4 contracts. That's all you need. So we should be trading when price can likely move that many points, if that makes sense. But we want to essentially get in the account, buy one, sell in the other, then go back and set a take profit for both the accounts. Then we move on, all right? Do we need to set a stop loss? No. With Apex, unfortunately, they have that trailing draw, which is why this strategy only works for the 25K account, is because it's even, number one. But number two, it's close enough to where if we go long and short, one's going to fail a little bit sooner than the other. So you might be up like $1,200, $1,100, and the other one fails because price went up on you, then it came back down, or it went down, then came back up. And so some of that trail got blown a little bit, and so you don't have as much in one account. So what you need to do, we'll talk about when to execute this, but you need to do it at the right time so that when you do get a move, like you'll see me do actually, it goes all the way through to your take profit and ideally beyond. That way you get a really good fill and you are able to make the money that you need. Now, when not to start the strategy. I got somebody coming to my door. 1 second. Buddy was trying to solicit and seduce me. Can't be having that. Back to it. When not to start the strategy. This is actually very important because if you do it at the wrong time, you run the risk of that trailing draw catching up to you and you blow both accounts, okay? It happens. It happened to me before. It'll happen to you if you do it wrong. When not to start it? At night. Don't do it. The spreads are really high, and so price might get to your take profit level, but you'll end up with like $1,400 of profit or like $1,380, and you'll need another $120 to get there. Might not be a big deal, but if you just wait a little bit, you can get it as a guarantee rather than having to make up some money by manually trading, and you might even blow up the account. Remember, your trailing draw won't be as much as you think it is, so not at night. Don't do it during midday. Okay, during midday, there isn't going to be a ton of action. Now, if there is news and different things, we'll talk about that. But don't do it midday. Again, price will meander a little bit. And especially if the ATR is below like 10, there's not a great chance that price is going to run up 20 points without running down 15 points and running back up 14 points, which would blow up both of your accounts. We don't want that. So not midday. Don't do it at the open. Don't do it at the close. Don't do it at news. Okay. When you jump into the strategy, I'm going to say this. You technically could do it at the open, at the close, at news, and just hope that the first one you do hits. And if it doesn't look like it's going to hit, then you start the other one. You could do that. The reason you don't want to do it though is you want the entries to be about the exact same, like the exact same price. What that does is it allows you to have your accounts, one, not get blown up way sooner than the other one might. Okay, we don't want that. So don't do it at these times. We'll talk about exactly when to do it here right now. So I'm gonna scroll on here, slide over a little bit. When to start the strategy? Before the market opens, before news, and in the morning when price is moving a lot. When you set it up at news, price is yo-yoing. It's going up, it's going down. You'll get in a one position as a long, and the other account will be at a completely different fill. We don't want that. So what you want to do is set this up prior to news, earnings, Fed speaking, whatever the case might be, CPI, inflation, it doesn't matter, job report. Set it up before all of that. Set it up before the open. I did mine before the close, so that when the close came, it just ran straight to my take profit, and I was ready to go. I was done. I was out. You don't want to set this up at the close or at the open because, again, you'll jump in at two different fills. One account will get blown while the other account is only up $800, and then it's a kind of a crapshoot. It could go back down $800, which would blow your account, or it could go back up to $1,500 and you'd pass. You don't want that, so do it before. So if you're starting the strategy out, you're like, hey, when should I start this? If there's news in the morning, like an hour before the market opens, set it up right there. Like 10 minutes before, maybe 5 minutes before is probably better. Get your accounts loaded. You need 2 accounts. Okay, just get them loaded. And then right before that news breaks, about 3 to 4 minutes before, go long in one, go short in the other. Set your take profits at 19 points above, 19 points below, and then just walk away. Let it go. You'll come back and your account will be passed. One will. Do it before the open. So market opens Central Time at 8:30. Do it about 5 minutes before that. Market opens, boom, one gets hit, one gets blown. I got a funded account ready to rock and roll. If there's news during the day, if Powell's about to speak, if there's going to be some sort of release, if the Fed is going to talk about rates, like fantastic time for me to set up my stuff before that gets going. And then once it happens, once the news breaks, whatever the case is, then I've got a funded account. That's when you want to start your strategy, is right before a big volatility event. That's all we want is volatility, okay? Now, keep scrolling. Copy trading. If you think like I do, then this is what came next, which is, like, if I can do this with one account, I can probably do it with like 20, and you certainly can, all right? So there are a number of different ways that you could copy trade this. I would recommend you doing the first few manually just to get the feel for it, make sure you know what you're doing. And then from there, you could certainly copy trade and start 5 going long, trade that one, and start 5 going short, trade the other one. And then you'd have essentially 5 accounts that would pass and 5 accounts that wouldn't pass. Now you've got 5 funded accounts that you can copy trade to start earning a payout. Now, if you're like, well, Evan, I don't want to trade a 25K account, it's not that much capital. Well, it is. Otherwise, you'd be using your own 25K, 1. 2, just size down. Just go micros, be patient, make your $50 to $100 a day, times 5, times 10. That's plenty of cash. You'll get your payout. You won't have to worry about consistency rule. Like, just slow down. But you can definitely copy trade this strategy or start copy trading once you use this strategy and you have a ton of funded accounts. The reason we want to use this strategy is it's incredibly fast. It's incredibly cheap. There's not a cheaper way for you to get a funded account than what I just broke down to you, especially when Apex runs a sale, 80% off, 90% off. There's not an easier way and a faster way and a cheaper way to get a funded account. So we're going to be using this. If you have any questions, let me know. Shoot me a DM. I'll link that down below. Use my promo code ESX, Evan Scales X, and that will save you whatever Apex is running. So just that is my reward for teaching you the strategy. If you have any questions, put them in the comments down below again, or send me a DM. Happy to help you out. Now, enjoy my live example where, again, it took me 7 minutes to execute from start to finish. See you there. The fastest and cheapest way to get a funded account, let's get into it. We are going to have 2 25K Apex evals. I'm on Tradovate. I've got my 205 account and my 206 account that we're going to be using for this. And we should be able to go ahead and get funded as we are at the end of the day. This is perfect volatility. So what we're going to do first, I'm moving my face so I can show you this. What you're going to do is make sure your contracts are at 4. They might be set at 1. Make sure you max out at 4, please. Go over to this plus sign right here, modules, and then select accounts. I want to make sure my face is out of the way so you see that. Okay, select accounts, and then just drag it to the side. Drag this over. This makes it easy to see if you have a ton of accounts. You can see exactly which account is doing what. That way you don't have to flip back and forth. You can monitor it from just one spot. Now that that's ready to go, all you have to do is go long in one, short in the other. So let's go we're in the 05 account. Let's go buy here. Let's go to 06 and we'll click sell. Okay, now I'm up 80 in one, I'm down $100 in the other. We want to be within about $100 to $120 or so. Essentially like 1 or 2 points of in each other. So I'm at 32 here and I'm at 32.70. Dang. 30.75 and 30. I got the same spot for both. So that's fantastic, actually. That's awesome. Works out perfectly. Now, all we have to do is set our take profits and then walk away. So the goal is $1,500. All right. $1,500 divided by 4 contracts divided by $20 gives you about 18 and change. I'll do the math actually. 1,500 divided by 20 divided by 4 gives you 18.75. We're going to round up to make sure that we account for some commissions. So we're going to call that 19 points. What I'm going to do for this account, the 06 account, is I'm going to subtract 19 points from 32.75 to get my take profit. So I'm at 0.32.75. You must include the decimal point. You don't want to fall short of this. Then we're going to subtract 19, and it gives us 13.75. All right, so 13, I'm going to 24,000, 13.75 right there. I'm going to sell. Then I'm going to go ahead and click buy as my stop. Good to go there. Then we're going to go to the 205 account and do the same thing. We're going to add it this time. So 32.75 plus, and then we're going to add 19 to that. That's going to give us 51.75. 51.75. So we're going to buy. We go ahead and click sell. All right. Now that our take profit is set, we don't need to set a stop loss. It's a trail anyway. And so one of these accounts is going to get blown a little bit sooner than the other. That's just part of the game. But we're going to let these things roll. Maybe we'll flip over to the other account. Looks like it's up right now, and we'll see. I'll try to make sure that I stay on the account that's actually winning. But these things could flip. You want to start this strategy at before market open, at the close of market, and before any sort of news, if you can. This strategy, it doesn't matter. Again, we don't care if price goes up 20 points essentially or down 20 points. We do not care. All we need is the movement of 20 points. That's what we're trying to get here. It's really 19, but we need that movement of 20 points. That's going to allow us to pass one account in below one. What can happen if you do this at the wrong time is there's so much volatility that you go up 1,000, then you go down like $600 blown account. You go up $1,400, and then you go down a few hundred blown account. You don't want that. So we want explosive movements. We want the market to actually make a big jump. Again, I don't care which way it goes. I just want to see it move about 20 points from my open. If it can do that by market close, then I will have myself exactly what I need for the day, which is a funded account. So without further ado, we'll let this thing run and we'll see what we get. And there you have it. A funded account. It took us about 12 minutes to do.